When thieves target someone, it's easy to feel powerless, but some victims have proven that standing up to criminals can make all the difference. From confronting burglars head-on to chasing down shoplifters, these stories of people fighting back are a reminder that not everyone is willing to just let crime happen. Locked out. A quick-thinking bakery worker in Mexico turned the tables on an armed thief, leaving him begging for mercy. The incident happened Monday afternoon at Terra Cazola in Campeche, a Gulf of Mexico port city. Viral footage shows the man confronting the woman and bluntly announcing, "This is a robbery, I am armed," while flashing his weapon and heading to the cash register. But the employee wasn't having it. She outsmarted him and managed to lock him inside the shop. With no way out, the would-be thief found himself trapped and powerless. Tackled to the ground. A group of brave locals stepped up in Birmingham's Small Heath area on a Saturday afternoon, catching a thug accused of snatching a woman's purse at a bus stop. It all went down around 3:30 p.m. on Grange Road, where several men stopped the guy and called him out. Realizing he was cornered, the man pulled a large kitchen knife from a farm foods bag and tried to intimidate them. Instead of backing off, the group chased him down a nearby street, even as he allegedly waved the blade around. Eventually, they pinned him to the ground and held him there until the police arrived. The whole thing was caught on camera. Bouncer victims. Nathan Webb, 39, thought he'd hit the jackpot when he slipped into an unlocked Vauxhall Astra outside the training hub in Manchester city centre to swipe a sat-nav. Little did he know, a trainee doorman inside was keeping an eye on things during a handcuff training session. Spotting the attempted theft, the trainee rushed outside to confront him. A couple of other trainees joined in, and soon the center's manager, Marcus Gentles, stepped in to make the arrest. They kept Webb detained for 15 minutes until the police arrived. Safe to say, he picked the wrong spot to pull a stunt like that. To catch a thief. A video shows the moment a thief tried to steal construction equipment but messed with the wrong crew. The drama unfolded in Dallas's upscale Park Cities neighborhood when the guy swiped a $1 and $200 saw and headed for his car. Before he could get away, one of the workers sprinted after him and jumped onto the hood of his speeding car. Other crew members weren't far behind, chasing the car down the street. After some off-camera scuffling, the thief tried to speed off again, but a truck full of workers clipped the back of his car while in pursuit. Jewelry store thief. Two men pulled off a jewelry heist in Leongatha, Victoria on February 21st after stealing a black Lexus SUV. One of them, dressed in a disposable orange jumpsuit, smashed through the store's glass doors on Bear Street with a sledgehammer. The other guy, rocking a gray beanie and navy trackies, swiped watches, pearls, and other jewelry from the display cases, stuffing it all into a dark backpack. Turns out, the SUV they used had been stolen a week earlier from Dunbar Grove in Churchill. Victoria police are now on the case, piecing together this smash-and-grab robbery. Brazen thief. Security cameras caught a pickpocket in action at a discount store in Burpham, Guildford, Surrey on the morning of December 2nd. The thief targeted an elderly woman waiting for the perfect moment as she leaned forward to grab something off a shelf. Smooth as anything, he reached around her and slipped his hand into her front pocket, grabbing whatever he could before making his move. The incident was caught on camera, and now authorities are on the hunt for the sneaky culprit. High-tech thieves. CCTV footage from Edgware shows how thieves are using the relay technique to target pricey cars across London. Here's how it works. They use a transmitter to pick up the signal from a car key fob, often left inside a home using an aerial. Once they've got the signal, they can unlock the car, start it, and take off, all in under a minute. It's a slick but alarming method that's becoming more common. In fact, stats show car thefts reported to the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency shot up to 43,308 in 2017. Fleeing. Dash cam footage caught the wild moment. John Luke Connolly, 26, climbed out of a stolen Golf after crashing at a busy Dovecot, Liverpool Junction last November. He'd sped through a red light and caused a serious accident, then bizarrely ran off wearing a bright pink dressing gown. Prosecutor Paul Treble shared that Elizabeth Morrissey, a victim in the crash, had to be cut out of her car and spent 3 weeks in the hospital recovering. Connolly didn't get off lightly. He was sentenced to 28 months in jail and banned from driving for 4 years and 2 months. Theft fail. It all went down at the Heritage Motel in Port Jefferson on October 14th around 1 p.m. A man decided to swipe some property from the motel, but here's the kicker. He got caught on the motel's own security cameras in the act. Not exactly the smoothest criminal move. The footage clearly showed him pulling off the theft, making it easier for authorities to track him down. Caught on CCTV. Fran Toll isn't happy with Nottinghamshire police after they initially told him they didn't have the resources to look into the theft of $8,000 worth of electrical gear stolen from outside his home, even though it was all caught on 2 CCTV cameras. The father of one says he feels like he's been left to play detective himself and is now offering a reward to anyone who can help ID the thief. Following the backlash, the police have confirmed they're investigating and have put out a witness appeal. An attempt to steal. West Midlands police released footage of a thief's failed attempt to steal a large piece of art from the Castle Fine Art Gallery in Birmingham last month. In the clip, the guy first tries to shove a 700 commemorative First World War sculpture called Never Forgotten by Nick Jolie down his gray hoodie but gives up. Instead, he casually walks out of the gallery with the art tucked under his arm like it's no big deal. Delivery man from hell. A dramatic moment unfolded in Queens, New York, when a burglar pretending to be a delivery man shot a homeowner after attempting to break into his house. CCTV footage shows the hooded man holding a fake parcel as he rings the doorbell. When the homeowner answers, the thief tries to force his way inside, but the homeowner fights back, pushing him into the street. However, things take a violent turn when the burglar shoots the homeowner before running off. Stolen vehicle. Louisa Stevens from Barrie is asking for help identifying a blonde woman caught on CCTV allegedly stealing her $22,000 Range Rover. Louisa says her handbag was snatched at a nightclub in Barrie, and her driving license was used to track down her address. The CCTV shows the woman, dressed in a black dress, getting into the Range Rover, while a group of women waits in a taxi, which leaves shortly after. The thief then drives off in the vehicle, which was later found abandoned outside a nearby garage. Sassy thief. Police in Missouri are trying to track down a shoplifter who was caught on camera busting out some dance moves while stealing lottery tickets. The dancing thief was spotted shuffling around a Quick Trip store before leaping over the counter to grab rolls of scratch-off tickets. St. Louis County Police shared the footage on Facebook, paired with Cardi B's song Bodak Yellow, and a cheeky caption, "Money moves, we think not." While the video doesn't give a clear view of her face, the department is hoping someone will recognize her from those memorable dance moves. Low blow. Police in North Lauderdale, Florida, are on the hunt for a man caught on video stealing a woman's purse while she was deep in prayer at a church on December 20th. The footage shows the suspect snatching the purse, which was resting on the chair next to her. 2 days later, the purse was found in a nearby cemetery, but unfortunately, the woman's wallet and cash were missing. Cops are still searching for the thief and hoping someone will recognize him from the footage. Van thief. CCTV footage shows 2 thieves sneaking up to a $35,000 van, then pushing it out of its parking spot and down the road. It's a bold move, but they managed to pull it off without anyone noticing, at least for a while. Stealing a safe. CCTV footage shows 4 men struggling to push a heavy container full of cash towards their getaway car after breaking into a store in Lee's Oldham. They finally manage to get the safe into the boot of a Mercedes C-Class, but things don't go as smoothly as planned. The driver has to stop as the large safe starts to threaten falling out of the boot. Other priorities. A bold thief took things to the next level by pouring himself a pint, before allegedly stealing cash, charity boxes, and bottles of alcohol from Thornaby Sports and Leisure Club near Stockton-on-Tees. CCTV footage shows the crook strolling behind the bar, helping himself to a drink, before getting down to business and raiding the club for cash and donations. It's one thing to rob a place, but to grab a pint first? That's next-level audacity. Stealing luggage. Michael Joerg, a 39-year-old German, was caught on CCTV at Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok, Thailand, stealing a British woman's black suitcase. The footage shows him lifting the medium-sized case onto his trolley before casually wheeling it away. The victim reported the theft to airport staff, who quickly identified Joerg from the surveillance footage. After leaving the airport in a taxi, an arrest warrant was issued, but Joerg managed to lay low for over a month. He was finally caught trying to cross a border checkpoint in Trat, southern Thailand, more than a month later on January 20th, 2020. Stealing ATM. Adelaide police are asking for help to catch two clumsy thieves who got caught on camera trying to steal a car wash pay machine. The pair rammed into the machine to try and dislodge it, but things went downhill fast. One of the men ended up exposing more than anyone wanted to see. Despite the mishap, they managed to grab the machine and make a run for it in a white Peugeot hatchback, with the machine still dangling from the car. The thieves were poorly disguised, so hopefully, someone will recognize them and help police track them down. Burglar caught. Darren Gaylor, 42, a known drug user with 33 convictions for 135 offenses, including 15 domestic burglaries, was caught on camera attempting a daylight break-in at Paul Sylvester's home. The footage shows the thief climbing a ladder and sneaking through a window at the Plymouth property. Gaylor clearly thought he could get away with it, but he didn't count on being caught on tape. With such a lengthy criminal record, it's safe to say he's no stranger to this kind of thing, but this time, he might not get away so easily. Pharmaceutical drugs. Police are on the lookout for two men who broke into a Texas pharmacy on New Year's Eve and made off with $1 million in prescription drugs. The robbery, which lasted 2 hours, was caught on surveillance video at the Super Value Pharmacy in Euless, Texas. The thieves were incredibly bold, taking their time to steal the expensive drugs, and now the police are hoping someone will recognize them from the footage. With such a huge haul, it's clear these guys knew exactly what they were doing. Threat. A sneaky thief robbed both a restaurant and a service station before making his escape on a push bike. The armed robber walked into a restaurant in Braybrook, northwest of Melbourne, on November 24th, waving a gun around. He threatened the staff and grabbed money from the cash register, then hopped on his bicycle and casually pedaled away from the scene. It's not exactly your typical getaway car situation, but he somehow managed to pull it off. Quick thinking. Russell Hadley from Kent tried to disguise himself by pulling his jumper sleeve over his head during a robbery at a BP garage. But he didn't notice the two employees locking both the entrance and exit doors, trapping him inside. Once he realized he was stuck, the 32-year-old kicked at the doors and then used a fire extinguisher to smash a gap in one of the glass panels. However, his escape wasn't as smooth as planned. As he crawled out with his trousers halfway down, exposing his backside, a few customers stepped in and stopped him. All four. A shameless shoplifter was caught on CCTV sneaking into Best One in Knoll, Bristol, crawling through the door and heading straight for the bottom shelf. When staff spotted him and walked over, instead of running off, he froze in place. But after a moment, he made one last move, grabbing a cartoon magazine before finally backing down. His boldness didn't get him very far, though, as the staff quickly confronted him. It's a pretty strange attempt at stealing, but he definitely didn't think it through. Parcel thief caught. Shira Booker caught a porch pirate in the act on April 18th when she spotted the woman rifling through her mail outside her home on Main Avenue in Long Beach. The whole thing was caught on surveillance video, which Booker later shared on Facebook. In the footage, the thief is seen going through a package when Booker opens the door and snatches it right out of her hand. Booker then tells her, "What are you doing? Don't you ever come back to my home? Now get gone." Stolen JCB crane. Alfie Smith was part of a gang that tried to steal a cash machine in Barnum early on July 4th. The thieves used a stolen JCB crane to smash into a supermarket to grab the ATM, but their plan didn't go smoothly. Smith was actually on temporary leave from prison at the time. Sussex police had a tip about a stolen JCB telehandler nearby, and, using local knowledge, they quickly searched the area's ATMs. Their quick thinking led them to the scene, where the gang's heist was foiled before they could get away with the loot. Hotel concierge. A sneaky thief pulled a quick one on a concierge by placing a piece of paper over their phone, picking it up with his fingers, and making it disappear. After a handshake, he calmly walked away. Police are warning people to be extra cautious, as they've noticed an increase in these types of crimes. Quick-handed thieves. Dramatic CCTV footage shows a white van screeching to a stop outside the White Lion pub in Wrightington, West Lancashire. 3 hooded thieves jump out and quickly start loading tables and chairs worth thousands into the back of the van. They move fast. Less than 2 minutes to strip the patio clean before speeding off. The burglars made off with about $3,000 worth of furniture. Police have been searching for the thieves, but so far, they've had no luck. The theft is part of a growing trend of pub break-ins across Greater Manchester, leaving locals on edge. Stealing a Tesla in a minute. Christian Brownlee, a disabled man, handed police CCTV footage of thieves stealing his $80,000 Tesla, only to be told there wasn't enough evidence to catch them. The crooks used keyless entry gadgets, available online for just $80, and stole his Model S in just 2 minutes. Despite having clear footage of the masked thieves and even a footprint from his garden, it took police 10 days to visit. When they finally did, they said they couldn't identify the suspects from the footage, so the case was closed. The theft happened at around 4 a.m. on November 16th in Bexley, London, using the relay technique to steal the car. Motorhome. In a shocking turn of events, thieves stole a motorhome from a family's driveway, and police didn't investigate for 2 weeks. CCTV footage shows the criminals breaking into a van to clear their path, smashing into another car in the process. They then made off with the motorhome that Kevin Moss and his family had planned to use for a holiday the next day. Despite having clear footage, Staffordshire police took no action for 2 weeks. In the meantime, the family shared the video online, hoping for help from the public. Crazed thief. Thomas Atkins went on a stealing spree at Wyvale Garden Centre in Worcester, nabbing a barbecue set, outdoor lights, seat cushions, and marshmallows worth $500. His getaway, however, turned into a high-speed police chase. When caught, Atkins admitted to being on heroin, diazepam, and liquid morphine, but refused to take a blood test. He eventually pleaded guilty to dangerous driving, failing to provide a specimen and theft. As a result, Atkins was sentenced to 18 months in prison for his crime spree. Snatched. A man was caught on camera stealing a ring from David Hall Goldsmith in Newcastle last July. He walked into the shop with a child and a woman, asking to see a pendant locked in one of the cabinets. While the shop assistant searched for it, he reached over her and swiped a ring. The thief then quickly left without making any purchase. Northumbria police are now asking for help identifying the man, as they've been unable to track him down. It seems like this guy wasn't exactly there for the jewelry showcase. Trump supporter. A thief was caught on CCTV in Queensland. wearing a Donald Trump mask while trying to rob shops. The bumbling burglar was seen at 5:30 a.m. in Strathpine Shopping Center, but things didn't go as planned. As he was attempting to steal from a store, the mask slipped off the back of his head, revealing his face. Not exactly the smooth getaway he was hoping for. The footage has left people shaking their heads, as his big disguise didn't quite work out. Dash cam chase. Asa Hunter, a career car thief, is back in prison after a 93 miles per hour police chase that left everyone stunned. The 24-year-old, who started joyriding at 11 and even killed a pedestrian at 15, ignored a driving ban and took a stolen Audi A3 for a spin. He was speeding through busy city streets, even driving along pavements and footpaths with false plates on the car. The judge called his actions defying belief. Wedding crashers. Kirsty and James Rogerson, both 33, were devastated when thieves stole their wedding gifts from Charnock Farm in Leyland on August 10th. The break-in happened around 3:30 a.m., but the couple only realized the gifts were missing the next day when Kirsty went to unpack. She assumed everything was in the car when her father-in-law loaded it up after breakfast. After calling the venue, they checked the CCTV and confirmed the gifts had been stolen. All in broad daylight. CCTV footage from a house in Golders Green, North London, shows a silver people carrier parked on a quiet residential street. An open-back truck drives past, but then the driver stops and parks right in front of the car. A thief quickly attaches the two vehicles together with a hook before running back to his truck and speeding off, making a quick getaway. The whole thing happened in just a few moments, caught on camera as the thief stole the car. Shameless thief. Dramatic footage has been released showing a 73-year-old woman from Chesterfield, Derbyshire, trying to punch a thief who stole her valuables. In the video, the thief, wearing a baseball hat and tracksuit, sneaks into her bungalow while the woman struggles with her Zimmer frame. As she stumbles to try and catch him, the man grabs her valuables and makes a quick escape. The whole scene was caught on a hidden camera inside her home. Gold flakes. Police are looking for a man who stole $1.6 million in gold flakes from the back of a truck in Manhattan. CCTV footage shows the man walking past the truck twice, eyeing the unguarded pail before stopping to take a closer look. He then grabs the pail from the van and runs off down the street with it. The theft, which was caught on camera, happened in broad daylight, and police are now asking for help identifying the suspect. A whole trolley of shopping. Police are on the hunt for a thief who casually walked out of a Sainsbury's in Crayford, southeast London, with a trolley full of stolen goods. CCTV footage shows the man, wearing a high-vis jacket, leaving the store before he's approached by staff. Things quickly escalate when the thief threatens to stab the workers before fleeing the scene. Comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Goodbye.